The following bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the BAMMA Bantamweight division. Introducing first, the man fighting out of the red corner. He stands 6 feet tall and weighed in at an even 134 pounds. He is a grappler. His record 1-0, fighting out of Exeter, England. Flubber Rees. His opponent stands across the cage and fights out of the blue corner. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight an even 135 pounds. He is a striker with an identical record of 1-0, fighting out of Hampstead, England. Arthur. Your referee, Mark Woodard.
So we have 2 young fighters here in the LG Arena. And Frank, so early in their career, one of them has got to take a loss, and immediately he takes Ben Rees straight to canvas.
You know, Ed Arthur did a great job ducking this big punch. Rees came with a big, heavy punch, but also, too, remember, Rees doesn't mind being on his back. As you can see, he's starting to move up, looking for that armbar. He doesn't really mind being down here, so missing that big punch and getting taken down doesn't have him worried. But what can he do from the bottom? That closed guard, he's not going to be able to do very much until he opens up.
And you did say before they were coming in, Arthur's the striker, and already he's looking for that ground and pound. So early in the fight already, it's a big wake-up call for Rees.
Rees guys to understand, when you're down there, you still have to protect your head. You're not in a position where all of a sudden now, just because you're on the ground, it's a grappling match. You have to realize that even on the ground, he's still going to try to hit you with elbows, as you're seeing there. And Arthur's doing a great job passing the guard, getting inside, making a step over to the head, looking for a near side cradle. Perfect position right now by Arthur. He's really looking to try to finish this fight as quickly as possible. And unfortunately, Rees just is not doing a good enough job of protecting himself yet and looking for the ability to get a good submission in.
Well, he gave him his back, Ed Arthur his back straight away, and right from the opening bell here, Arthur's been in control. But as we said, Rees has got a good ground game. He just hasn't had the potential to show it yet.
Yeah, as of right now, it's been kind of stifled by Arthur being on top and pushing the pace and holding him down, letting him know who's in control and where the charging is. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens later on in this fight. If Rees gets out of this first round, I want to see what happens coming in the second round.
Well, it's a big if at the moment because Ed Arthur has really been laying the ground and pound down as well. And although he has, as I said, 3 of his 6 wins are by submission, he set out his stall here, isn't he? He wants to finish this emphatically.
Good position, nice change over there by Rees, but every time he moves his legs and opens up, he gives Arthur a chance to escape and get moving, and comes right back to the ground and pound.
Now, these are dangerous moments for Rees because he's got to show good defense here, and these shots are coming through heavy now, especially that right hand. Mark Woodard looking closely.
He's bleeding up from the nose already. He's getting split. Now he's getting passed again. Complete domination at this point by Arthur.
Well, I think so. Oh, he went for the submission, but as you said, Ed Arthur in total control, and it's his movement that's so impressive here at the moment, Frank.
Look at that spot. Look at that positioning change. Every single time he tried to do anything, he's making a move. It's absolutely incredible to see how the way that Arthur is such a young career, has such good ability from this ground and pound. And really, every time that Rees opens up his guard or opens up his arms, he gets hit with something.
Well, as you said that, he's taken 2 heavy elbows as well. If we look at it from his perspective, what can Ben Rees do here? Because at the moment, he's getting owned.
He's getting beat up on the ground. He needs to get himself back up to his feet and try to do a reset. Oh, now with the hook in, he's not going to be able to do it. He's bleeding from the eye, he's bleeding from the nose. He's in a bad position right now.
And he's got we can see what he's going for here, and it's really tough times for Ben Rees.
Stepping in a rear naked choke. He's got both hooks in now. All he has to do is he let it go. He should have flattened him out or tried to flatten him out in this position.
Now, as you saw that he did go to try and flatten him out there, though, Frank, but do you think he's not panicking because he's so confident at the moment? Everything's gone right for him.
He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows exactly where he's at, and really there's no threat. Rees hasn't done it. Look at him. He's turtled up. He's not really doing anything. He's not trying to maneuver. This is one of the worst positions in MMA to sit still. In this spot, this is when Rees needs to explode and get out of here because he's getting beat. You can't defend yourself when someone's on your back. Now with both hooks in, he has a chin choke on. He's coming in tight. He's slided underneath the chin a little bit. Get the forearm underneath. He can finish this fight off.
Well, it's been a torrid time for Ben Rees. In his favour, I mean, as we said, it's a big learning curve. This is a huge show, and he's still only 20 years of age.
Full mount, getting beat up now. This is a bad spot. Good position trying to get out, looking for a knee bar. He's too low down on the hip. He's missed the knee. He's not gonna get the heel hook either. He's got to slat out. And see, what happened in that position, he went for a good submission. It was a smart submission, well timed, well planned, but he held onto it too long. As a result, he's getting beat up again. He's caught against the cage.
And he's been up against this cage for most of the round. We're into the last minute, but it's been a torrid time for Flubber. Ben Rees, as I said, 20 years of age, won his professional debut, but he's finding it very hard here in the LG Arena against a dominant and insistent Ed Arthur. And he's really forced the pace from that opening. It was from that initial takedown, he just hasn't let up, has he? No,
he's been on pressure the entire time. He's been on point. It's been complete domination. And really, I can see the judges at this point, with just under 30 seconds left in this round, I can see the judges making a 10-8 round for Arthur, because he's been not under threat at all the entire time and completely close to finishing this fight, and cut him open, bloodied him up. Although damage does not make a difference in the scoring system, but he's dominated with every takedown, every position change. It's been all Arthur all the way.
And as Frank said that, another elbow came down to the face of Ben Rees. It looks like his corner are going to get him back there. What can they do?
You got to tell him, you can't sit on the bottom. You can't do a big shot hoping to get taken down, because you're getting completely dominated on the bottom. You've got to make a decision where now the better position for you to do is, let's see what you can do on top. If you want to take him down and make it a ground game, then get on top, or you got to start working your boxing game. And from the very beginning, it didn't look like that Arthur had a very good boxing game. He was just doing a big Hail Mary and didn't mind getting taken down because he thought he had a good submission game from his back.
This is the thing I wanted to pick up on with you, Frank. Instinctively, it seems it's in his nature to want to go to the ground. And as we saw here, this is total dominance, that left forearm smashing down. And this is my problem for Rees. This is where he wants to be, but what happens when you're being dominated in what is your own arena?
It's very difficult to deal with, and then you have to switch up and kind of wake up your mind and kind of wake up your set and go, look, I have to change positions. You can't be in a spot where you think, okay, this is my best position, but I'm getting beat there. You better go to your second best position. Oh, they called it.
I think they called it, Frank.
Yep. I think the referee, I think the doctor stoppage, he got cut. Yeah, it was a doctor stoppage because he got cut in the corner.
I think, to be fair, from what we saw, it was only going to be more of the same, wasn't it? From what we'd actually seen. They've stopped it because of the cut.
Yeah, it makes sense.
But if they hadn't, it would have been more of the same, don't you think?
I don't think it's going to change that much. I really don't think it was going to be able to go on and continue with anything different than what we saw in the first round. And really, the guy this young in his career, does he really need to have that cut open up wider, blood it out a little bit more, getting really, really deep scar tissue with that elbow coming across there. You see how it starts opening up his eye and opening the side of his head. There's no reason for a guy this young in his career to go ahead and start taking more damage. Smart move by the doctor, incredible move by the referee to stop this fight now.
Yes, so what that means is Ed Arthur, his second professional ring win in here at the LG Arena. One for the future, most definitely. 2-0 now.
Ladies and gentlemen, this bout concludes at 5 minutes of the opening round due to a doctor's stoppage. Your winner by technical knockout, Ed